Do you think luxury items are actually investments, or do you think they're just an expensive regret waiting to happen? Like, really, when people say that luxury designer items are investments for them, do you think they mean financially, emotionally, or are they just justifying the price? I want to try something new. This question has been roaming in my mind for a little bit. And I think it's also because I've been going through some series of clean outs of my home in general. And I haven't yet really gotten deep into my closet. And because it's an imminent thing I need to address. I think that's why this question's been just percolating in my brain. And I thought, why not just talk about it? Talk about it with all of you guys and also see what you guys think. And let's just see how it goes. I think for most of us, it's not an investment in the traditional financial sense. Yes, some pieces do appreciate in value, and yes, there are some pieces that do become so like hot and in demand that they get those kinds of astronomical prices we see on the secondhand market. But for the most part, most of the items that are deemed an investment, I feel like, there's like trendy handbags or designer shoes, luxury ready to wear, even diamonds. They rarely demand that kind of return on the item. And most of the time, I feel like it's actually difficult to recoup most of the initial investment. So from a financial standpoint, I feel like it's pretty much a no. There might be the rare one-off piece, but for the most part, no. Now, from an emotional standpoint, I think that's where it gets pretty interesting. Like, did I need to get this Chanel t-shirt for an eye-watering amount? Probably not. Do I feel like I'm a much cooler person because I have this? Also, no. But did I get a dopamine boost when I made the purchase? Yes. And did I enjoy the purchase experience when I was getting it? Also, yes. So I do think that there's some emotional value. I can't really deny that. There's also the interesting element of time, right? Like, do I think the value increases or changes over time? I really think that depends on the item. At least for me, I go through seasons, like literal style moods, where an item can be in heavy rotation for that whole season. And I don't mean like just like the 3 months of a season in a year. This season could last for several years. But that item is in heavy rotation. And then I will shift into a different season and that item will be untouched for the next couple of years. I have literal examples in my closet of items that I haven't touched for several years and then they become a main staple the next. And so it's also difficult for me to like let go of items and say goodbye because I'm like I might need them in a little bit. And also it was an investment, right? I'm supposed to use this for a really long time and I feel like it's too soon to say goodbye. The usage of those items and the emotional value I get out of those items, I feel like also like ebbs and flows with like most things in life. But I guess it's also something that I tell myself while I'm hoarding all the items. I guess that could be a separate topic. And sure, there are people who treat luxury items like a stock portfolio. We've all seen those like articles how the Birkin has outperformed the stock market for the last decade or something like that. But I feel like those are very specific pieces, and also the folks who are really able to get that kind of return off of their luxury collection, I feel like are folks who buy like really rare pieces, really like collectible pieces. They buy like the archival runway pieces, and they're also able to eventually find a buyer who wants to pay that premium price for the item that they have in their collection. But for like the average luxury buyer, I don't think so. And at least for me, because I buy what I love and I buy it with the intention of using those items, it's really hard for me to realize a lot of that potential appreciation it could have had. So I guess calling it an investment helps soften the guilt for me a little. So, what do you think? Do you think luxury items can actually be an investment, or do you think it's also just a marketing ploy? How do you justify making big purchases? Let me know your fashionable take in the comments down below. I feel like a really important person because I'm holding this. um, but also, just let me know what you think about this kind of topic and this style of video. If it is something that you think would be fun to continue to watch, I am more than happy to start building out a little series, if you will. I saw a comment of someone missing my Chatting in My Closet series that I haven't filmed in a really long time. So I thought I might do like a revamped version of that where it's a little bit more bite size, it's a little more consumable, and have it really focus in on a specific question. So let me know your thoughts. If you have any topics you would like me to discuss, also let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.